Alright, back on the 58 heads here. So I'm looking at that stud we glued in, so you can see the Loctite is still sitting on top of the stud. It didn't suck any more in. We got a little excess laying around the valves. I'm going to run that stud, so I'm going to wipe that excess off now. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and get these guides figured out. So first thing I do is get the valves cleaned up. So we already got the exhaust already honed the stems. You can see how the stems are uneven by the high darks and low and shinies in the stem. When you hone them, you show all the bad parts. Dark is low and shiny is high. And these have been ground and back cut already right here. So usually I do a 45 on the seat, and then I use the back cuts on the exhaust. These are 30 degrees, 31 degrees. It's usually what I cut them at. And you leave the seat width somewhere between 80 and 100 thou wide out here is common. These will look like a little bit fatter, maybe 125. Okay, so this is the intake, how they come. So I'm going to go open this up. These are the old RevTech CCI valves made in Korea. They're actually pretty good valves. They're not as good as Kibble White, but they're decent valves. I'm not afraid to use them, they're good. They're just not as good as Kibble White. Material's a little bit less quality. The biggest thing is the lash cap on the top is a lot softer and thinner than the Kibble White. Kibble White I think uses still light on them. The whole top of the valve is still lighted. These ones here, it's kind of like a pin in the middle. It's hard and kind of soft everywhere else. So, a little bit different quality. So these are just softer plastic, which cuts off pretty easy. Some of the other manufacturers have hard plastic and a pain in the butt to get off. Alright, so those are cleaned up. Now these are usually a lot straighter and truer cutting than the Kibble White stuff is, which is your black diamond valves. We'll see. Alright, so these got to go over to the lathe. I'm going to hone these stems. So that goes over here. And we'll be honing in there in a minute. Bypass the mill, over to our dark lathe. There's light. Alright, so this is the valve. So we hold it in the chuck jaws off of here. Don't squeeze too hard, you won't damage the valve. If you squeeze too hard, it leaves marks on the seat. And leak. Alright, so put it over there, you can see a little bit. Okay, I got a little honing oil, and we got the external hone. So this one looks like it's set up for 3/8. Guess not. Must be 5/16. Man, that one looks small too. I think I have the 3/8. There's two different ones, two different stone sets in there. This is the bigger of the two. This is for 5/16 stem, which is Evos and Ironhead Sportster intakes. So this one here is probably for, I was using on a Ironhead exhaust, which is 11/32. So to go to 3/8, I got to open up a little bit, give it a couple cranks. And then it goes right on, see. This lever here tightens it up when you're holding it. Right there, a little extra. Okay, you put a little pressure right here and that locks it up, see. You back it off, it's free. So these are the honing stone right here, and this the brass part here is your shoe, and this has a real fine stone in it. A little bit of honing oil on it. Get up on there. Get it spin a little bit. And just put a little bit of pressure like that. See how it's bouncing a little bit. It's out around quite a bit. Pretty bad valves. So it's a lot of chatter marks in it from when they made it. Just go back and forth a little bit a couple times. Normally I don't hone this much because they're a lot straighter. This is pretty far out of whack, so there's a lot more honing. So we got chips all over my lathe. I don't know how that happened. So look at the striping going back and forth. That's the unevenness in the valve. A little bit closer, you can see it. So you can see how it goes. Big low spot right there. You can see it go back and forth. So it goes up the whole length of the valve evenly. So that means the grinder, when they ground this, it had a chatter in it. Went all the way across, didn't change any. So you can see how it goes back and forth. So that's why you hone it. It makes it straighter and smoother. It also makes it very smooth. Almost like polishing a stem, but it's not polishing, it's cutting. It just grinds it really, really small, real thin. It's like using real fine sandpaper, like 3000 grit. Gives you a real shiny finish when you're done. Sandpaper won't make the valve straight. This makes it straight. This is a little bit out of whack too, but nowhere near as bad as that valve. Must have had a bad day on the grinder that day they made the other valve. Usually these things are pretty good, but those here are not the best. Grit off. So this one here, you can still see the different colors as it goes up as I spin it. So you got chatter marks going lengthwise, you got low spot here, high spot, high spot. You see how the high spot tapers and goes in and out of being where it's high. So anyway, that's why you hone them. Now if you didn't do that when you put in the valve guide, if the thing is bowed like this, it'll actually lock up. Even though you got clearance up the whole length of it, it would be locked. It's all bowed. And so sometimes these things are like a pigtail, like a corkscrew. You measure them and they're measure perfect. You put them in the motor, they won't go together. That's how I used to do it. That's why I started honing everything. After you start honing it, you can run tighter clearances and it will work. Because you actually have the clearance. The other way you measure, you think you got the clearance, but with the high spots, because it's not straight, it binds up and it galls up in the guide and sticks the valve on you. You get a comeback. That's not a good plan. So when you have problems like this, you fix the problems. Or at least you find ways to fix the problems. Alright, so these are all ground. Or not ground, but honed. They were ground before, that was the problem. Ground bad. Okay, now we're going to go over here to our hone. So, see if you get a good idea what I'm going to do over here. I actually can't do that. We're ahead of myself. I got to measure these. I don't know what size to hone the hole to yet, because I haven't measured my valves. So now I get to measure the valves, just like we did over here. Good like that. So we pull out the 10th mic. and we measure it. Okay, see 75 is 0. If you count it up here, you can see it's 3. Each line here is 25 thou, so that's 375 because there's 3 lines. And you got 1.5. So going to be something around 376.5, just by guessing. Okay, now we look a bit closer. We go over our 10th scale over here, and you see which line lines up. And that's a veneer scale action going on, and it looks like about 7/10 is where it's lined up, between 6 and 7. I'm looking at it sideways, so looks like it's 6. And you measure in this low spot, it's 5. That's a 10th low spot. And you measure over here, it's 7 way down here. It's out around 10th is 6. 6 and 7, it's out around 6 there. So we're more or less about 6. We're on a high 6 because it's 6 to 7. So I measure my valves to a 10th. I actually measure them closer to a 10th because I'm splitting it. So this is 0.3766 plus, because we're going to call like 6.5. Okay, that's that one. Let's go measure this one. Looks like about 1/10 bigger, maybe 7. And it's 6 to 7. 6. Get a low spot in this. Low spot's under 5. 6 again. 6. 5. 6. 6. This one's going to be 6. So this is 3766. No plus on this one. Okay, so now we take our cheat sheet. We're on the intake, not an exhaust. So 376, 6 should be 30. So this one's going to be a 30. This one here is going to be a 30 plus. It's 37. The next one up, where's I at? Got lost here. 376.7 was 31, so we're going between 30 and 31. So this one here is going to be a 30 plus. So this one's going to be the bigger of the two holes, if there's an option. Okay, this one over here, we got 11 and 12. That's what I had before. This one here was 12 right here. This one here was 11. Now that says bill, it doesn't say 11. It says 11 over here though. So that's 11. So this one's 11 and 12. So each valve is a these valves are 1/10 different. This valve is 50 millionth difference. That's half a tenth. So that goes out 6 digits. Makes me sound important, doesn't it? We'll just narrow it up to we'll go with a 31.5 dowel. I like going with halves. Half is half. So, all right. So we're gonna put these valves over there so we know what they are. We don't need that one because I know what it is. This one's 11. This one's 12. This one's 11. So I know this is my two low numbers, and I can go a 1/10 bigger on both of these. I'll be fine. Now, this bike is going to Texas too, so we might give a little extra clearance on this also, just to make sure we got what we need. Okay. So now we take this over here. You get a picture of my shirt. Okay, so I lay these over here so I can just see them by looking at them, in case I forget what I'm doing. And that's because I can't memorize 30 and 11. Sometimes you can't memorize numbers. That happens. Okay, this one's here is going to be a little bit too close. I'm going to hit it. You want to nail the camera with a fluid flying through the air. Okay, we're going to change out our mandrel here. We did something else last, I forget what it was. Something important. Okay, this is a 3/8 mandrel. Now this one I custom made. I took two and welded them together because this wasn't long enough. This is a full length one here. See, this is two lengths, a little bit longer. So I cheated and made my own. So now I can hold the guide full length without worrying about it coming off. Or is this one welded? No, I take that back. I did not weld that together. This is worn out, and I cheated by grinding this undersize to get more use out of this. This one's been welded though. This is for rocker arms. See how long that thing is. You can see where I welded it together right here. See, that's a weld mark. I do things like that. Now this one here has just been modified stock. I just want to get a little more use out of it. If you didn't grind this undersides, when you got the edge of the guide here, it'd go high and it'd kick up like that, and it would dig the stone and it'd make the guide tapered and bell mouthed. So that's why you got to grind it away for clearance. It's a way for me to save money. Buy another mandrel. Not that I'm cheap or anything. Nobody would say that, right? Okay, I got two different stones we use. We have a J57 and we got a J, usually like a 93 or something. Sometimes they're 97s. This one's hard to read. I think it says 97. Anyways, a fine and a coarse. So you can look at the grit changes in these things. This one actually looks coarse, even though it should be fine. I think this is a 67 maybe. So these are two of the same thing, or I got my ones mixed up? I got them mixed up. This is an 87, and this is probably a 57 or a 67. That's the stone number. So make sure you use the coarser one as your coarse, and you'll cut quicker. Usually it's 57 and 93 or 97. I guess I got some extra stones to get rid of. Okay, so here's our bore gauge. There's one head. Two heads. Now, we don't know how much we got to hone yet, so okay, see we're over here at up here around 3, 2.5 to 3. There's probably about 2. There's a low spot there. We drop down to 1. So yeah, it's got a big high spot in the middle. I don't know if you see the indicator bouncing all over the place. So it drops down to about a half a thou here, 5/10. So that's -5, so we got to go the other direction. That was an intake, so that one has to go to 30. Now this one here has to go to 11. Hopefully it's a little bit smaller. Yeah, it looks like about the same. Okay, this one's only about 10 on this side. We're going to hold it to 11, so there's not much to work on this. And I leave a thou left over for honing when I switch to small stone. So these exhaust guides don't have a lot of material to work with, so only a few swipes on that. The intakes, we go a few extra swipes. This adjusts your tension, your size. If you need more cutting pressure, you crank it up over here and up here. So, all right, let's see how much oil we got there. It's trying to squirt me. around, do the other side to keep it straight. Flip over to the exhaust. The exhaust I can't run it quite as much. Take our bore gauge, put the oil on clean, and measure to see what the hole is now. It's 3/10 under. Let's see if you can see what I'm doing here. So I'll go in and out of the guide. Got the indicator staying about 3 all the way down. That was about 5 on that angle. It's hard to hold it when you look at it. So I straightened the guide out already and it's within a 1/10 or so. Straight top to bottom, which is good. So I do the intake. We're on 0. And that was less than half a 1/10 all the way up. And maybe you can see the dial this time yourself. And that's about 1 to 1.5 all the way up. Okay. So, they're basically about both the same size. The exhaust has to finish at 11 to 12 under. We're at 3 right now. Okay, so we got to hone the intake on a lot. We got to get up to 30, we're at 0, or 1 under. So we got to take out another 20, 22 more to get it just to where we stop. But the exhaust, we only have, we're at -3, we got to get the positive 11, 12 and we're done. So we only need to get to about 2 or 3 right now. Probably about 2, so I barely got to take anything out of the exhaust. You got to keep all these numbers in your head. See how much you take out. Intake we got a lot to take out, so we'll do a lot more honing. I don't like going about 3 or 4 strokes on each side before I flip it. Helps to keep the valve guide straight. I do not like those flex holes, they don't do a straight hole for me. I'm able to hone the head pretty good at whatever I want angle. I just hold it straight. I have pretty good luck at doing it that way. There's a little bit of flex in the mandrel up and down. You're off a little bit. It's best to hold it straight. And you pull back and forth with both hands equally. You should try to. Over. Right on 1. Put it 90 degrees, check it down. About 9.5, so just a little under. So I need a couple more swipes on that one. Then take about 1.5, that'd be 14.5 to 15 tenths. 90 degrees, and we're about 13 and a half. So we got about 10th out around. So that was 13 going to 30, so 20. So we got 7/10 on that side, and only about 10th on this side. So I probably want to go a couple bigger because Mike's going to Texas, so it's hot there. Digging in pretty heavy. Alright. We're going to do the intake. Frequent checking is the best. And I figured out when we were a little bigger than I wanted to. Digging in pretty heavy on the cut. The one's about 4 right now, so it's a couple oversized. We're still alright, the one's a little bit extra loose. This side's right around 20. Pretty close to what I want. Give a couple more swipes on the intake. Enough. Wipe my fingers off with my clean rag over here. Try to get most of the oil off your hand. The oil actually drips into a bucket there on the rag. From the rag. It drips into this bucket down here, and you can reuse the oil. You don't actually get all the oil off your hand, you just get most of the heavy stuff off. Try to keep your tool clean. Alright, about 24, 23 on that one, so we're good. So both of those are a couple tenths bigger, which I'm okay with. Okay, now we swap sides. We'll do this. And I gotta get a phone, so anyway, I'll do this when we'll come back. You don't need to see all this right now. Okay, I just got done finishing this head up. So now we're going to use the other one. We're doing the fine stone now. We gotta take basically about a thou out of all of these. It's more like 8/10 of a thou. So we'll do the exhaust first. I already got the fine stone anyway that we showed earlier. You can hear the difference, but it's a lot quieter. Swipes both ways. Measure it. This is right about 1 right now. I'm down to just 10 tenths. You can see the dial right there, but it's pretty even. So I want to get this up to about 12 to 13. Let's see, we had 11 tenths you want, I'm going to like 2 extra. So we're going about 13 tenths. I got 3 more to go. So I'll make these a little bit looser because it's going to be a hot weather bike. I changed it up depending on the application. So we do make differences. right on the money, or I gotta do another swipe with it. Check it. One more. You can actually measure one or two. I don't know what it is. That made a difference. Okay, so here's our indicator. I don't know if you see it. Right now we're at about 14. Flip around 90 degrees. We're about 13. This one's going to take the 11 valve, which is on the rear, and the front one's going to take the 12, which one comes later. So the exhaust is done. Ready to that hit over there. So all I got to do now is the intake. This one cleans at 30. I need an extra couple in here, so about 32. If we get in trouble, you don't stop and measure it. And I think I'm alright.
Hey, what's up? How you doing?
I'm making noisy videos.
Still working.
I'm making noisy videos.
I'll be quiet.
Well, you can videotape it now instead of me. Okay, we're right on 3 right now. See right there. 2 more tenths to go. You got hired help over there?
That's my partner.
Oh.
I know you.
We get a 2 swipes each way, 4 total. Important to keep oil on that so the grit doesn't chew it up so bad. Okay, so now, see it, it's 32. This one's hard to hold it square, about 31 that direction. It's hard to measure it. I'm holding it upside down for you, for me anyway. I think it was 32 that time. I don't know if you're seeing it, but I am, kind of. On the side view. This one's straight on to me, I can see a lot better. Alright, so we got those honed to within a tenth or so what we wanted. So I'm going to go clean these up. We'll be back.
What are we doing here, Tatro?
Making that flat. Look how bad that one is.
Is that called facing the stem?
That's butting it.
Doing what?
Butting it.
Butting the stem?
Butting the tip. They're hardened, but I'm drawing it back so it's even all the way across. Flat all the way across, just like this one was. So this one was out of whack.
All right.
You think they would have did a better job over in Korea? Maybe it's North Korea.
Well, they're going to win.
They didn't specify which Korea.
Try to win one way or another.
Yeah. Want to go up in your view?
I'll come over here.
Does that sound good?
Now you're going to put the seat on it? Or not the seat?
The grind of the seat. Grind the valves for the seat. Regrind the valve. See how out of round it is? Uneven. Now is that me or the valve manufacturer?
I was guessing that was done before you got here.
I don't know, I'm still trying to get it straight. I keep hitting it just to make sure it's not me. Sergeant saying he's trying to do it. I got balls in here, you have to make sure they're centered. Alright, I don't want to move. A little bit of a back cut. This bike's different than a regular bike. Use different angles. Now we're not sure where it's going to sit on the head over there, so I gotta not make it too thin. That's enough. See, now it's got a thicker face on there, because I'm not sure how it's going to clean on the seat, but I do have a back cut angle in there.
Okay.
See how uneven they are in Korea?
Who makes those valves?
These are CCI. These are older production.
But still Korean.
Yeah, usually they're pretty good, but not too good this time. Time for resharpening. Stone's getting loaded up. Yeah, it's almost straight. So you recenter it. It should come in almost straight again if it's the machine's in good. Get back pretty close to straight again. That's talking, it's not me that's really bad. It doesn't repeat perfectly, but it's a hell of a lot closer than it started. See how the seat goes like this?
Sure.
Doing a 35-degree back cut on these valves. That's enough. I'll do my normal job.
It's a new wrench here at Tatro, Conrad.
New helper.
New helper.
Hi, helper.
All right, time to clean.
All right, here we go, cleaning. Be back.